So our first game time master for this season is going to be the 88 overall Damian Lillard, who's looking like he's giving out a team elite inside scoring boost, which is absolutely insane. But how can you actually go ahead and get him? How much NBA cash is it going to cost? And is it possible to get him if you are a no money spend player? Well, in this video, we're going to go through all of that stuff, including exactly how you can get him and a lot of overall versions of him as well. So let's take a look at the limited time event. And as you'll notice, it is exactly the same format that we have had last season as well. You've got the events running along the top. You've also got some events running along the bottom that will unlock at different dates. You can see those dates. As you can see, the first one's November the 1st, then November the 5th, November the 9th, and then finally the last event will unlock on November the 13th. Each set of events has two sort of events along the bottom. So you can see there's a Knicks event, there's also a Bucks event, and so on and so forth. Each one of these is going to cost you division points to go ahead and play through, and they're going to give you these highlight tokens. We'll go on to those a little bit later on, but what you want to do starting things off is play through these top events. Each one of these is going to give you 150 division points. It's also going to give you 20 monthly master emblems, and it's going to cost you 20 NBA cash. So make sure you're taking note of that, because it is NBA cash. It's not your stamina, it is your NBA cash. So that is something you have to kick into consideration with this promo, because NBA cash is something you either spend money on or you're grinding the game and saving up your NBA cash in order to play through these events, maybe use them in some packs, stuff like that. So make sure you're taking that into consideration. There are 2 events per sort of node over here. So you can see the Atlantic Division has 2 events to go ahead and play through. Central Division also has 2 events to play through, and so on and so forth. Each of these events will reset every 24 hours. So in total, that is 12 events to play through every single day, each one costing 20 NBA cash to play through. Then once you've got all of those division points, you're saving them up bit by bit. You can see there is sort of a bar along the top to track your progress as to how many points you've actually gone ahead and collected. You will then use them to play through these bottom events as mentioned earlier. 4,000 points will get you 12 of the highlight tokens, and you can see along the bottom there are 2 sets of events per node, and there are 4 nodes in total. So of course that will give you a total of 8 events throughout the promo itself, and the promo is out for a decent amount of time. If you look on the limited time event section, it's out for 1 week, 3 days plus a little bit extra. Of course, I'm recording this on the 2nd day of the promo, so in total we should have, I believe, 12 days of this promo in total, because of course you got to add the hours, which it doesn't show on this screen at the moment. So that gives you a lot of time to go ahead and play through the promo itself, get yourself a little bit further in getting yourself a Damian Lillard. What you'll do with those highlight tokens you're getting from the event is use them in these sets over here. Now these are going to be to upgrade Damian Lillard bit by bit as you start off with this very first set. So the first one is going to require 5 of those highlight tokens. It's also going to require 15 55 plus overall players. However, I do believe there is a slight cap on that. As you can see, the lowest overall player you can put in here is a 59 overall player, and the highest overall player you can put in here is a 67 overall player. So 15 of those plus those 5 highlight tokens you're getting from those bottom events will get you your 77 overall Damian Lillard. Now you can possibly pull him from one of the trade up sets. I do believe some people pulled the 85 overall version of him from these trade up sets over here, so you could try your luck. You could even pull them out of monthly master packs if they are in them themselves. If you do get lucky enough to do that, that might save you a couple of tokens here and there, which might actually be the difference between you getting the 88 overall master or potentially just missing out. Then once you've got yourself the 77 version, you'll need to stick him in this set, add another 10 tokens to this set, and then also 10 of the players. However, this time I do believe it goes up to 68 overall players over there. 10 of those, and that will get you an 80 overall finesse Damian Lillard. The next one will be a strategic point guard at 83 overall. It's going to require 15 of those tokens. Again, the overall cap goes up a little bit more. Of course, I'm missing out certain overall players, so it could be a little bit higher than 73 overall. However, it's going to need 10 of those players plus the 80 overall version of Dame to get him up to 83 overall. Then to get him up to 86 overall, you're going to need the 83 overall version, 20 highlight tokens, and 10 of the 55 plus overall players. That will get you an 86 overall Dame, which you can view in the news tab. Again, I believe the overall of player does go up to 76 overall. Again, it could be a little bit higher if I don't have any 77 overall players. Someone in the comments could actually correct me on that one. But once you've got the 86 overall player, that might be good enough for you. You could hold on to that and use that in your team, because it probably will help quite a few people's teams out if you say have got lower than 84 overall players at the point guard spot. But if you want to go a little bit further and get him up to 88 overall, who has got that boost on him, which is looking like a team boost, which is definitely going to help out everyone's teams with that team boost, you're going to need the 86 overall overall player, 50 of the highlight tokens, so a massive step up from what you've needed previously, plus also 10 of the players. Again, this time I think it goes up to 78 overall in those players, and you can put in past season players if you have got them and you want to put them in this set. He will be playstyle select, but only at 88 overall. You can see the other sets will give him at certain playstyles. This one will be a power one. You can see this one's strategic, then it goes to finesse going backwards, and then the first one is of course a power playstyle. So that is something to take into consideration depending on what playstyle you are going with this season. You're just wanting to match all those players you've got on your lineup to your boost item. That is the main thing when it comes to those playstyles, but that's all you've got to do in the sets in order to upgrade him bit by bit. If you look in the store, there isn't really too much you can do at all unless you are willing to spend the money on the game. You can see there's different offers ranging from 10 of the highlight tokens all the way up to that one offer for 100 of those highlight tokens. So that is going to be doable if you are willing to spend the money on the game and get yourself those highlight tokens. But in terms of calculations as to what you can actually get from this promo, we're going to have to start with what you're going to need in order to get yourself Dame. So of course the first set is only 5 tokens, the second set is 10 tokens, third set's 15 tokens, then 20 tokens, and the final set is 50 tokens. Adding that all up together, that's 100 tokens in total to get yourself 88 overall Damian Lillard. If you look at every single one of the events along the bottom, each one is going to give you 12 of those points. However, if you play through all 8 of the ones along the bottom, that isn't going to get you 100 tokens. That will get you slightly less than 100 tokens. In fact, it will give you 96 tokens, making you 4 tokens short from actually being able to go ahead and get Dame. So unless you're going to spend the money in the store to get those extra tokens needed to get Dame, it is going to be practically impossible to get him without spending money, because of course you'd need to play 9 events, but there are only 8 events running along the bottom. So unfortunately, that is not going to be a way you're going to be able to get him without spending money. Of course, if you're spending money, that is completely doable for you to actually go ahead and do. But now let's take a look at the 86 overall version of Dame, which is only going to require 50 tokens in order to get. That means you're going to need to play through 5 of the events running along the bottom to get yourself enough tokens to actually do all of those sets. Each one of these events costs 4,000 of those division points. If you need to play through 5, that's 20,000 points in total. Each one of these ones are going to give you 150 of those division points. So 20,000 divided by 150 is roughly 134 events you need to go ahead and play through. Now that means you need to play through all of the events, so that's 12 events for 11 days in total. So it is technically possible in order for you to get that 86 overall player. It's going to require 2,680 NBA cash in order to get that 86 overall, but that is only that 86. That is not that 88 overall player, which as we mentioned earlier is impossible to get if you aren't willing to spend the money. However, there is only one way in which you can get that 88 overall player. I'm not sure whether it would 100% work, but it could possibly work. However, you are going to have to risk that 2,680 NBA cash on a very low chance that it does actually work. So I do want to highlight that importance. It is a massive risk if you are looking to do this. Worst case scenario, you get yourself an 86 overall Dame, but if you play through all of the events as mentioned earlier, you can get yourself 50 tokens in total, which will get you enough to get 86 overall Dame. However, if you get extremely lucky in your monthly master packs and potentially pull that Damian Lillard, again, I don't know exactly whether it is actually possible to pull him out of a monthly master pack, but I'm guessing there might be a very small chance you are able to do that. If you do somehow get that 86 version of Dame, you could then use that in the sets plus the 50 tokens you can get from the events in order to get yourself that 88 overall player. But I can't stress this enough, it is a massive risk. I don't know whether it is even possible to get 86 overall Dame from the monthly master packs. If it is possible, then that 88 overall is possible to get. However, it's going to require an absolute ridiculous amount of luck in order to get that. So worst case scenario, you play through all the events, you spend 2,600 NBA cash if you have got it, because as you can see, I'm way off that amount in order to get it, and you would get yourself a guaranteed 86 overall Dame. However, with that caveat being, if you do get lucky enough to get the 86 Dame from this monthly master pack, it does upgrade that Dame to 88 overall. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't want you wasting your NBA cash on anything, because it is very valuable if you are a nominee spent player. Of course, getting Dame at 88 overall is possible if you are willing to spend the money, as mentioned earlier, and the way I've just laid out is a complete gamble as to whether or not you get that 88 overall. So if you're going to do that, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't want anyone to waste the NBA cash and blame me for it, because it is a massive risk of you actually doing it. I can't stress that enough, because I don't want you guys wasting all of that hard-earned NBA cash on the hope that you will get lucky enough to be able to get yourself 88 overall Dame. So let me know in the comment section down below what you're going to do with the promo. Are you just going to leave it alone completely and not bother with it, save up your NBA cash for something else, or are you going to go ahead and play through it and try and get lucky enough and get yourself the 88 overall Damian Lillard? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. We did also get ourselves a brand new Galactic Dunkers promo with a bunch of 86 overall Masters and an 88 overall Grandmaster Aaron Gordon. If you want to know exactly how you can get all of the Masters and the Grandmaster and what you're going to be able to get if you are a no money spent player, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.